Hey, 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 what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
All right.
Hey guys, I had to change my shades.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta pull it together sometimes. Gotta change it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I need some more shades. You guys give me some ideas on different shades. Anyway, we're back.
Right.
We're comedy. Comedy, ha ha.
That's right, comedy. This is Gary Owens. Like, right off the bat, I like that jacket. I like that
Ooh, that
jacket.
is a nice jacket.
It was more tapered to be nice, but I kind of like jackets without like the traditional like collars, like a suit coat collar. I like that when it's that. So I kind of gravitate towards stuff like that. But this is Gary Owens. We've done several of his. I don't think we've done this particular set that he's done because I remember him dressing this way. So this is something new. So this is Gary Owens. He's calling out the celebs and hashtag Black Twitter came for me. I guess it came for him. And people, I think, I don't know when this was, but I mean, I think he just split up with his wife, or then I think he did, and she was a black lady, so I mean, there may be some, was that him? That was him that split up, right. So, because I was getting him, and what's the other guy we did that has a black wife? Bill Burr. So I was make sure I got the right person. But so let's get into Gary. But before we do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share, then comment below. So come on, let's go.
And I like Monique a lot, man, but goddamn, Mo, she's going after everybody, you know? And she went after Steve. Steve Harvey tried to help her out, you know, on his show, and then the next day she's throwing Steve Harvey under the bus. Mm-hmm. I knew Monique went too far when she started going after Oprah. I was like, ooh, some shit you got to keep to yourself, man. You can't go after Oprah. Oprah starts making phone calls. You ain't working no more, bottom line. You know? Because here's the thing about the entertainment business, man. When you ain't in movies like you think or TV shows like you think, your brain starts playing tricks on you. You start thinking there's a conspiracy against me. You know, people don't like me anymore. When it's really not the case, because you never know when your name's coming up behind closed doors for a movie or a TV show. Like, so when Monique went after Oprah, I was like, God, Mo, don't do that, because, you know, Oprah's got her own TV network, producing 4 or 5 movies a year. Monique didn't know what Oprah had coming up. Mm-hmm. Oprah might be getting ready to do The Color Purple 2. Celie had a baby. She was going to bring in Monique for Celie had a baby. Mm.
Oh, no.
But I was just looking at all the people Monique started going after. So it's Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey. You know, then she went after my buddy Will Packer, the same guy that put me in Ride Along Think Like a Man is the exact same guy that put Monique in that Christmas movie a few years ago. And Monique tried to compare Will Packer movie producer to Harvey Weinstein movie producer, and I thought that was a little too far. So I went on my Instagram page and I did a video directed towards Monique. Right now, I never called Monique out her name, nothing like that. I just said, listen, Mo, when you got a lot of different problems with a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons, it might be you know? And I'm not stupid. I knew when I did the video, I knew I was going to get some backlash, right? What I didn't know there was this thing out there called Black Twitter. I didn't know what the fuck Black Twitter was, right? All of a sudden, I do this video towards Monique, and man, Black Twitter's real. And they was in my ass for 3 days straight. If you don't know what Black Twitter is, if you say anything on social media that Black Twitter deems disrespectful to black people or a black person, they come after you. And I don't know how many people are on Black Twitter. I don't know if they have an office building with cubicles. It's a group text that goes out. I don't know. All I know is I do this video towards Monique, and for the next 3 days, every time I got on Twitter, it was over 100 mentions of my name, and it was just Black Twitter down the line coming after me. And everybody was kind of saying the same thing, just in their own way. You know, stay in your lane. This don't concern you. Leave black shit to black people. Somebody went, newsflash, ... you ain't black. I was like, damn! Woo! Motherfucker dropping knowledge today. Shit, the ... fucked me up a little bit. I go, damn, did I just get a dramatic pause? But listen, I give respect to respect is due, man. Some people on Black Twitter hit me with some good ass put downs. I mean, there were some good ones. I was looking at my phone like, ooh, that motherfucker got me on that one. That's a good one right there. Show my friends, look at that motherfucker call me. I think my favorite put down from Black Twitter was somebody said, stay in your lane, white cracker bread. I was like, God damn, that is the whitest shit I've ever been called in my life. White cracker bread? Holy fuck, that's white. How do you combine two separate white put downs and make it one white cracker bread? That's so white. I didn't even get mad when I saw it. I just got thirsty. Holy shit, that's a dry ass put down. At least put some milk on that shit. White cracker bread. That's so white. Shit, every time I go to Starbucks, I make them write that shit on my cup. You know? How you doing? Can I get a latte? What's the name? White cracker bread. And I make them say it like they mean it. I got a latte for white cracker bread? Mm-mm. Say it like I said it. White cracker bread. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.
I like Gary Owen, but you know what? To look at him, Gary, he doesn't look like he's just totally white. He looks like he's got some African American or to me.
I just think some of his mannerisms may push that way because I think if you never knew him and you look at him, maybe you may say something different. Then he didn't grow his hair's not growing out a lot, so you could. That's the only thing I could really see. I don't know. I just think some of his mannerisms and.
I mean, that could be, and that could be what.
I don't know, but you know, to be honest with you, when you look at some, you could probably almost get a lot of black folks that have features of a lot of different people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe you could see a little in it. I'm not sure, but he's talking about the Monique situation, and you know, it's a tough situation. I think what Monique, her view was, I think personally. Her view was like, I'm not going to go with the status quo because I want to work. Because most people were doing the thing. Because that's what Steve Harvey says, we got to play the game. That's basically what he told her. Come on, we got to play the game. And she said, I'm not going to do it. And that's why they kind of got at odds. And then, you know, some of the things. So I think that a lot of people think it's her husband. Because things kind of changed a little bit. But I think Monique was a spunky woman anyways. You know, I think she did not really take much. And she was a comedian, so she got a fast mind and a smart mouth, so I think it didn't lend well to some people, and I think it was a situation when she's on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the Guy, where that was, well, I can understand their point, but I guess what she was saying, okay, we know that, but let's look at this, but I don't think they were listening to that. It's just like when you know the game is played this way, what you gonna do? I guess that's basically what most people are saying, and she's like, that shouldn't be the standard. The standard should be, what have you done? What have you presented? You know, you're gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna really call out any names. Anybody knows the story where I guess Netflix offered her a tenth, I think it was, of what they offered to somebody else, and that she has a lot more, you know, trophies on the wall, if you say. But those trophies on the wall came a while back, so people's like, well, this person's a little hot now, so. You know, Netflix did. I think Netflix did what they thought was best in the sense that what they knew they could do with the person. You know what I mean? Somebody could be great, but you don't know what to do with them. You know, so he's like, I don't. So I'm at least offer him something so we can get him. You know, get him in there. But I don't know. Maybe it just broke down. Maybe the negotiations didn't go a certain way. And
has she been in anything since then? I haven't really seen. Well, I think maybe she was in something else.
I mean, I think she does a lot of. I think she's still out on. I think she still does comedy. I'm assuming that she's still out on the road doing comedy, and because I think she had a couple shows she did. She put out so people could see what she was doing, how she was doing. But I think it's just weird when someone says, it's just like someone saying, someone playing in the NBA, they're in their 15th year, and somebody's been in the league 2 years, and that person 2 years. gets a better deal, and they say, hey, listen, I've been doing this so and so and so and so. And they said, well, you had championships, but that was 10 years ago. But I'm still here. I mean, so I'm just saying, I said, but that's a different, because physically you may not be able to keep that up in basketball. But as far as here, you get people that perform like Robert De Niro or Al Pacino, they perform way up in age. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a little bit different, and I think maybe the offer should have been, some people should have stepped in maybe. I think that's her thing, is that we don't have to go there. Yeah.
She just wanted that back, that support, and I mean, you can't be mad at her at first, I think it went a little bit maybe beyond what it maybe should have, but it did. I think it kind of hurt her career maybe a little bit. It
did, and I think she might have known it, but I think because her name, she could still earn a living going on the road, and maybe there's someone. I think that's where she would felt that some people like the Lee Daniels and the Tyler Perry's maybe say, okay, give her a role. I'm not saying out of charity, but she's proven that I'm, and I think they have said, yeah, she's a great actress, and she's done some great things. So I guess she was like, I guess she felt like, how come they didn't step up, and look out. So I mean, I don't know, but it's a game, and most situations, especially when it comes to money, there's a lot of time there's a game you have to play if you want to get to that pot of gold. Now, you can pick up some little nuggets here and there, but to get that big, open up treasure, you gotta do some things or play some games. So she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, you gotta walk before you crawl. I mean, in a sense, I'm using that as a literal sense that you gotta play the game. You gotta smile in some faces you don't really want to smile sometimes. Right. To get what you want. Right. I mean, yeah.
You see, in those things, it's just like, we have our channel, we get comments, most of them we love, some of them not as great, but I'm able to, because we're not no big timers or anything, but I can deal with, especially now being kind of around for a little while, I can deal with some of the negative comments. They are what they are, but you can always, if you're at that level, at the Gary Owens, you can just not look at it, if it gets that tough. But, I mean, you still want to know what's going on. You kind of want to know if people
they got people that read their stuff and write it for them. So, hey, they don't have to deal with it. They can if they want to. But they don't necessarily have to. They got people that they pay other people to do that.
That's social media, man. There's a good and a bad side to it.
Yeah, it is.
Depends on how you use it, I guess. So, but that's Gary Owens, and talking about the Black Twitter came for him, and that was a good, nice bit. Liked the bit. Seemed like the crowd was into it. They liked it. And
have you ever heard of Black Twitter?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just never really
I'm just
got
so
into
out
it.
of pocket. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
I mean, I heard people talk about it. I've never been out there reading any of the comments, but I heard people talk about Black Twitter. I'm sure there's other ones too, but and it's it's one of those things. They go, you just got to be prepared. In some situations, they really don't need to know the whole story. They just got to disagree with something that you said, and then they're gonna come after you. And that's life. That's why you try to present yourself in the best way, in the most revealing way. Say, this is how I feel, and hopefully people can accept that and not necessarily go after you. But that's the world we live in now, so you got to be prepared for that. So that's Gary Owens. Y'all let us know what y'all think. But we're going to get out of here. Before we do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, also share and comment below. And I do believe that's it.
That's it. Thanks for listening
to Sunshine and E.